Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Listen, I got some news here. I was watching this video and this guy was actually talking about OpenPilot. And you know what? I'm just so glad that Aptera is getting this because what he is doing, you know what? Let's do this. Let's just get into it. All right, welcome back to my channel. It's good to have everyone here. Hey, listen, I'm talking about this guy. He was actually connecting OpenPilot to his Tesla. And if you have a Model 3 or a Model Y, he can, and I'm going to leave the link down below. He actually showed you how they actually have a harness for you to hook OpenPilot up to your Tesla Model Y or Model 3. And he actually shows you how to actually install it, removing all the panels and then running the wire, hooking out the OpenPilot up, and then also putting all your panels and hiding the wires so you can't see where they are. But let's just do this. Let's just check this video out.
You see, both Kama and Loic Colbin have done a fantastic job, so it really just works. Lane keep performs just like you'd expect, traffic-aware cruise control as well. If you're familiar with the OpenPilot experience, this is very much what you'd expect with the added bonus of incredible amounts of torque and the drawback of zero torque blending. If you're not familiar with OpenPilot, I'm going to do my best to compare where it stands when comparing it to autopilot, extended autopilot, and full self-driving. I'll be forward in saying that OpenPilot is nowhere near Tesla's full self-driving. OpenPilot is currently first and foremost an ADAS, or Advanced Driver Assistance System. It's not like FSD where I can plug in a destination and it will fairly reliably drive me to a destination without manual intervention. There are some features of OpenPilot's experimental mode that are beginning to approach that realm, such as being able to stop at lights and stop signs, and being able to navigate freeway interchanges with Navigate on OpenPilot. But this functionality is still highly experimental and currently just not as reliable as Tesla's FSD or even extended autopilot. Others will have their opinions, but for me, if I were to rank the Tesla solutions and OpenPilot in terms of functionality, with autopilot being on the far left and FSD on the far right, OpenPilot would be somewhere in the middle alongside extended autopilot. Where OpenPilot really differentiates itself, in my opinion, is the driver monitoring. As long as the driver is paying attention and looking at the road, there is no requirement to touch the steering wheel. I often choose to keep my hands near the wheel just in case, but in my personal experience, I found this method to be far more effective for me and my driving style. When using autopilot, I see drivers all the time with their hands on the wheel while looking down at their phone, and OpenPilot does not allow you to do this. Tesla is just now beginning to perform more proactive driver monitoring this way using the cabin camera, but OpenPilot has been doing it for years. Beyond that, though, things get a little bit more nuanced. Lane keep is much less rigid in OpenPilot when compared to basic autopilot. Whereas autopilot will attempt to keep you direct center in your lane at all times, OpenPilot will sometimes choose to lean closer to the edge of the lane depending on the circumstances and road conditions. I personally like this approach and find it to be much more natural, but I can totally understand how it might bother others.
There's a couple of things that he bring out that I agree with and some things that I don't agree with. For instance, he talked about how he liked the OpenPilot where it doesn't nag you into keeping your hand on the steering wheel every 15, 20 minutes like the Tesla autopilot does. But one of the things that he also talked about in the video that I didn't record was that there was phantom braking that the Tesla autopilot does. And phantom braking is when the car will automatically come to a stop because it thinks that something is in the road when there isn't. And so he said he really hates that. And of course, with the nagging of keeping your hand on the steering wheel. With OpenPilot from Comma AI, you don't have to worry about that. That doesn't happen. And then he said that with the lane changing, it's more natural because it doesn't stay exactly in the center of the lane. It'll move a little bit to the left and it'll move a little bit to the right, which makes it what more normal people, that's how they drive. And so he said that he likes that. But then he said that when he would actually give a rating to the OpenPilot, if between a 1 and a 10, if Tesla's autopilot was a 10, he said that he would actually give it a 5, which I kind of find that a little confusing because of overall ratings. The Comma AI or OpenPilot was actually a 78, and Cadillac Super Cruise was a 69. Tesla's autopilot was a 57. I'm sure it's higher than that now because Tesla has made a lot of advancements in their autopilot. So, but something else he brought out that I didn't agree with. He said that OpenPilot doesn't stop for red lights and stop signs and that sort of thing and pedestrians, which this guy right here disagrees with that.
Now, this device could more or less drive you from start to finish on any route. I have not played with that feature yet, but it is possible that you could just give it a destination. It will figure everything out, every turn, and get you there. So when using this device, you will not have to touch the steering wheel at all. You can see that I have driven over 207 miles with this engaged, and it's been excellent so far. So you can also set it to turn off automatically and not draw power after 10 minutes. You can go up to 30 minutes, an hour, or 3 hours. I like to keep it short just in case so it doesn't drain the battery.
So you can see, as he brought out, that the Comma AI can drive itself. There's software out there will take you to your destination as you plug it in. And of course, Tesla hasn't quite gotten there yet, but that's okay. You know, for you Tesla owners out there, if you want to get the Comma AI, you use my link down below. And the first guy, he explains all that, where you could get the harness and everything and hook your Tesla Model 3 or Model Y up to full self-driving, and where you can hide all the wires. But I'm just so glad that Aptera already has everything hooked up to it. You can go ahead and order the OpenPilot now with your vehicle, and you'll automatically have that. So, I mean, that's just really good to have. Another big difference is that when you reserve the autopilot with Aptera, the price on it is basically $1,300. And so just think about that, because the price, what they're selling the full autopilot on Tesla, I mean, you're going to spend about what, $30,000 for that if you want the full package of it. Of course, now he's getting it to where you could probably rent it, and he's giving you a 30-day lease on it. But still, $30,000 and $1,300. I mean, as OpenPilot continues to advance, eventually it's going to get to the point where it'll fully self-drive as well. But you know, sooner or later they'll have to have some type of camera in the back, or maybe where you can hook up the rear cameras to it, and you know, so that way you can see the traffic behind you. But with Aptera, with the 180-degree view from behind, that would be no problem for the OpenPilot. So, but give me your thoughts on it. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what you think. I think Aptera is doing so many things, and they're continuing to upgrade the vehicle, and you could actually get you one. Now, if you hit my link down below, you only have to put down $70 instead of $100. And I mean, they just make it so easy for you to get you an Aptera and own it. But anyway, if you're new here, hit the like, ring the bell, subscribe, and you'll catch all my Aptera videos when they come out and other things. But to my Patreons, thank you very much. You guys are awesome. You always look out for me, and you help keep me going. But y'all take care. You enjoy the rest of your day, and we will catch you in the next video. Okie dokie. Bye bye.